Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. And I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Toyota's National Sales Event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into another IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Treasure Valley Game Night, presented by Mountain West Bank. Also brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealer, Project Filtered, as well as Valley-Wide Cooperative. Hi, I'm Logan Green alongside Dan Perry. We're here at Wilder High School in Wilder for their matchup against Carey. This game should be great. Wilder had a great showing the other day against a top-ranked or against a top-5 team in Horseshoe Bend. They fell a little bit short in that game, falling 20-28 to the Mustangs from Horseshoe Bend. And of course, the first game of the year, they beat Salmon River 52-0. So a lot of encouragement you see out of Wilder so far, the first couple of games of the season, that maybe they've turned the corner back to their old former selves. Of course, on the other side of the ball, they need no introduction. The Carey Panthers. Carey, when is there a story where you don't see Carey involved in the finals? They've been at the state championship game 4 years in a row. They won it in 2018 and 2017. They lost the state championship last year, of course, to Dietrich. The year before that to Lighthouse Christian. Interesting enough, those two games they both lost 34-28. So that's not a score the Panthers want to see when they get into a state championship game. But we should have a great matchup here. Of course, Carey plays at the 1A Division II level before making their first step up to 1A Division I next season, unless something changes. But last I saw, the numbers at Carey were going to get bumped up. And, of course, Wilder does play at that 1A Division I level. Last year, Wilder missed out on the playoffs. They were 4-4. But before that, they've been 4 years in a row before that. 2019, they lost in the semis to Lost Rivers, who went on to lose to Prairie in that state championship game. Of course, Lost Rivers was the co-op that year between Mackey and Arco. Well, excuse me, Butte County, I guess, not Arco, Butte County. Year before that, in 2018, they lost in the semis to Valley 42-40. And then Valley went on to win it all the next week. So they were that close to winning a state championship game in 2018. They were. And that was the same year. That was the last year that Carey won a state championship. 2018, they were 12-0. And then the year before that, 2017, they lost to Prairie in the first round as well as 2016 in the first round. So these two teams accustomed to being playing at the end of the year. Of course, Carey, though, just a little bit step above everybody else, it seems like, in the state. They never have to reload. They just recharge. They got the same group of kids coming back every year. It seems like the names just don't disappear. You always see a Simpson out here for them or an O'Crowley. Somebody like that is always on the field for Carey, and I look for them to come out strong and put the ball in Connor Simpson's hands tonight so far in the season. Connor Simpson, 22 carries for 235 yards and 5 touchdowns. And we're going to come in. There's going to be a special announcement. I'm just going to turn it over to the PA guy, so you'll listen to that here. We have a special announcement here from Wilder. See, maybe they're not going to do it yet. Wilder's going back to the to bust through the paper. I don't want to give it away. I want the PA guy to do it. It's a pretty cool story. Of course, the captains are here. We go. We'll turn it over to the PA guy.
For tonight's matchup between the Carey Panthers and your Wilder Wildcats. Welcome to the field in the blackout, your 2021 Wilder Wildcats.
We're going on the fly here. I guess they're going to do, the captains are going to come out first, and then they're going to do the national anthem before that special announcement. So we'll cut to break when they go to the national anthem. But just again, we said Carey last year was 8-1. They had kind of an interesting season last year. I'm sure you Carey fans know all about it. But for anybody listening for the Wilder side of things, of course, Carey is in Blaine County, and they had pretty stingent COVID restrictions, and they weren't allowed to play a lot of the season. They didn't. Dietrich, of course, just down the road, a conference opponent. The first time they played all season was in the state championship game. So kind of just an interesting way that set up. And, of course, Carey, the only other team in Blaine County is Wood River. Wood River is a 4A school. Think about the distance between a 1A and a 4A school. And they ended up playing each other. It's kind of interesting the way that 8-man teams play an 11-man team. When they were on offense, they played with 8. When they went on defense, they played with 11. And Carey ended up kind of taking Wood River behind the woodshed and put a beating on them. Carey just doesn't matter who they play, doesn't matter what level they're at, they're just going to win. Of course, they were 8-1 year before. They were 10-2 when they lost to Lighthouse Christian in 2018, 12-0, and in 2017, 12-0 as well. So we're going to step away for the national anthem, and we'll be right back here on IdahoSports.com. Wait. Okay, never mind. Here we go.
We'd like to recognize number 32, Private Hunter Opry. Hunter, welcome home, and thank you for your service. Please rise and remove your hats.
Of course, their senior, number 32 for Wilder. We'll talk about it when we get back here after the national anthem on IdahoSports.com.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
And welcome back, everybody. What we saw earlier was number 32 for Wilder, Hunter Onfrey. He was actually at basic training, and he just got back. So he is a senior in high school who already joined the military and was just at basic training and got back. So just kind of a special moment to have, especially with the anniversary of 9/11 being tomorrow. But congratulations to him for finishing that basic training and coming back and playing. I believe they said he got back yesterday. So goes to basic training and comes right back and plays in a football game.
I mean, I not quite know the playbook yet, but he's going to be in great physical shape for the game.
That's right. He'll have no problem going out and laying some hits. And if it was a push-up, if he can do push-ups for a first down, I think he'll get it. I think he'll get it every time. Just going over the starting lineups here for both of the teams. Carey, kind of some of the usuals out there for them. Again, if we look at the stats for the season, for a long time, Carey had at quarterback Hunter Smith, the longtime quarterback for Carey. He graduated and moved on. He's serving an LDS mission right now, or he's going soon. Can't remember if he's already gone or not. But so Hunter Smith gone and entered Chase Binion. And what's he do? Just goes in and wins his first 2 games. Binion, 279 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns in his first 2 games. Of course, Connor Simpson, 22 carries for 235 yards and 5 touchdowns. You can do the math. That's 10 yards a carry. He's picking up a first down every time he carries the ball. And then Larna, 15 carries for 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Carson Perks, the leading receiver, 7 receptions for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the other side of the ball, Getford, quarterback for Wilder, 11 for 21 on the season for 238 yards. And then Moises Perez is leading the way on the ground. He's got 13 carries for 184 yards. That's 14.2 yards per carry, 92 yards a game. He also has 26 tackles, and he had a pick 6 last week and a fumble recovery. He actually earned one of the 3 stars that we award on the Treasure Valley Prepcast that I do with Brandon Bainey. So if you're interested in listening to that and hear about how we talked about Moises Perez, be sure to check out the Prepcast. Of course, there's a Prepcast for every nook and cranny of the state of Idaho. There's one for North Idaho, Central Idaho, and everywhere in between. There's also even one dedicated just to the 8-man game. They talked a little bit about this game as well. So yeah, feel free to look at those out. Those come out every week. The one that I host, the Treasure Valley Prepcast, we focus on 1A, 2A, and 3A schools here in the Treasure Valley. So Wilder definitely in the mix of what we talk about. Now, back behind the field, where we're looking straight west. I mean, just directly west. There is a dark cloud, and I just saw some lightning way far out there. We're hoping, I think it's moving north of us, and as long as it stays on that line, we should be okay. But if it comes directly west, it's going to be a messy night. We're hoping that it goes north and doesn't come west. And we had a lot of rain here. Now, finally, we get some rain, and of course, it's on a Friday. Just what everybody doesn't want. So here we go. Carey's going to be set to receive the opening kickoff. Wilder will kick it off, and we are ready to go. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. Logan Green alongside Dan Perry for the game here tonight. This is Dan's first game with the headset on, so if he doesn't talk much, that's why. He's a little scared. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm excited to be here. I just don't want to mess up the camera here.
Oh, you won't. If it doesn't break, then I think we'll be all right. Setting up to kick off for Wilder, number 20, Juan Jimenez, the sophomore. Here it comes. This one looks like it's going to drop to Connor Simpson around the 25 Simpson. He's got a hole in the middle, but he bounces off the first hit, and he goes another couple of yards, and he's going to be brought down around the 37-yard line. So Connor Simpson takes that opening kickoff about 12 yards, and it'll be 1st and 10, Carey from the 37. And Simpson, he's, it's pretty obvious he's definitely the shortest guy out there, and I think it works to his advantage. He just, like that first defender got right up to him, and he bounced right off of him and kept going. He can also knock down a nice three-point jump shot. I've seen him play 2 years in a row at the state basketball tournament. It's Carey, always good in basketball as well, and made state 2 years in a row there. So here we go, 1st and 10, ball on the 37. Binion under center, pitch out wide, and a big hit immediately. That one was pitched to Colton Larna, but almost immediately in on the hit. It was Adrian Miramontes. I guess he lost his jersey yesterday is what we were told. So he's usually 34, but he's going to wear 27. And I guess he's playing quarterback today too. So nice job by Wilder. First down, they get a tackle for loss, and Binion will be in the shotgun this time. He's going back to pass. He's looking for Simpson, but Simpson was running up, and I think Binion thought he was going out, and that one falls dead at the 40, and it's going to be 3rd and 11, a quick third down coming up for Carey.
Looks like they misread the play there a little bit.
Yeah, I think somebody went up and somebody went wide. They weren't on the same page there, and that'll bring up 3rd down. You can't have that mistake. At least it was on 2nd down and not 3rd. I don't know how much punting will go on anyway, so really probably doesn't matter too much. Binion back in the shotgun again. Connor Simpson to his left. There's the snap. It's high. He corrals it. He's going deep, but that one's going to go over the head of Carson Perks. Perks just out of the reach there. And a 3 and out already for Carey. And I think if you asked Coach Del Solio if he would take that on the first drive, I think he would every single time. I mean, who wouldn't take a 3 and out, but. So it'll be 4th and 11. We'll see what Carey decides to do if they want to kick this thing away. But very impressive. I know in my early season previews for high school football, the 1A level, the one thing I knocked Wilder on was I said I want to see more from their defense. Last year gave up a lot of points on defense. And so far they have a shutout and only gave up 28 to Horseshoe Bend. So, and then, of course, the 3 and out to start it off here. And they're going to set up to punt. Gamino is back there to kick it away. And this one is going to go back almost over his head, but he gets it away, and that just goes straight in the air. And it takes a Carey bounce, nice bounce if you're a Carey fan, and it'll die at the 35-yard line. So Wilder comes up with a big stop. Carey has to punt it away, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Wood River Welding is in Bellevue has been locally owned and operated for 70 years, since 1945. They are the place to call when your machinery, farm equipment, or snowplow needs repaired. You can call them at 208-788-4112. Wood River Welding is a proud supporter of Carey High School. Good luck, Panthers. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, and immediately hand up the middle, and a nice carry that time. That's Isaac Rodriguez. Rodriguez picks up about 5 yards, and he's just short of the 40-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Thanks for joining us here. About 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Wilder with the big stop. 3 and out, and they take over with the ball now. 2nd and 5 now. Another handoff to the left side, this time to Perez, and Perez gets wrapped up for no gain, and that's Connor Simpson who brings him down at the 40-yard line.
Connor Simpson on the tackle.
It's interesting seeing the Wilder quarterback out there playing both sides of the ball. I imagine a lot of these guys play both sides, offense and defense.
Yeah, you see Binion over here, Chase Binion, number 16, playing that free safety position. He's a quarterback for Carey. So your athletes, they play both sides of the ball here at the 8-man level. And a quarterback keeper, and he picks up, wow, great run that time. Nice job by Miramontes. He was going down at the 45 and just stuck his hand up and kept going for another 4 yards and a 1st down for the Wildcats. Well, that's something Carey couldn't do on that first drive, was pick up a 1st down. Wilder keeps it exclusively on the ground, and they pick up a quick 1st down. First and 10 from the 48, 49. Depends on who you ask. Miramontes, he hands it off up the middle. Nice tackle there. Connor Simpson goes low and brings down Hunter Onfrey. Of course, we mentioned Onfrey. He's the guy, just got back from basic training. He learned the playbook pretty well on that one, Dan. He just took it and he knew what to do. Grab that ball and go. 2nd and 5. This time, Miramontes, he's just all wrapped up, trying to throw it. He's going to get sacked, and who brought him down there? That time, Rich Creek, the 6-foot, 190-pound senior for Carey, brings him down, and that's going to, it's a big loss. It kind of just, everybody got mumbled there in the backfield. I don't think anybody knew who was taking that ball.
Looked like a broken play for sure on that one. Looked like he was trying to hand off, but the Carey defense was there too quick for him.
Yeah, nice job to read that play, get in the backfield and break it up and come up with the sack. So 3rd and about 12 here for Wilder. Miramontes in the shotgun, and he fumbles it, and he doesn't get it, and it's still down, and I think Carey has it. I think Rich Creek is the one who comes up with it, and he does. So a fumble, and that was just a bad snap. The ball was never put on cue there for Miramontes. He couldn't get it. Nice job to just lay a lick. I missed who it was who hit Miramontes, but knocked him over so that the ball was open, and Rich Creek comes up with the fumble recovery.
It was a great job to stay with it. They recovered the ball, and then Carey lost it again, but still stayed with it and recovered it a second time.
Sometimes you see people just try to pick it up and run with it, and they said, no, let's just get down, fall on it, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. And they keep it on the ground this time, and a nice hole up the middle that time for Colton Larna. And Larna is going to pick up we'll say about 8. So it'll be 2nd and about 2. 7 minutes here on the clock in the first quarter, 0-0. Here from Wilder High School. Of course, Wilder just about 15 miles straight west from Caldwell. Binion with the handoff to Connor Simpson, and Simpson's got a hole on the left side, and he breaks a tackle, and he stays in, and I think he's going to go. He does. Connor Simpson with a 33-yard touchdown run to open up the scoring here for the Panthers.
35 yards on the touchdown.
That was a great run. He really walked the sideline well there. I thought he was going to get pushed out for a minute, but he stayed on his feet and brought it in for the touchdown. Looks like they'll go for 2 on this one. I understand there's not a lot of kicking that happens in these 8-man games.
So Binion, he'll toss it out wide, and he has his receiver out there that time, Carson Perks. Perks comes down with it, and that makes it 8-0. Carey. So they take advantage. You got to take advantage of turnovers if you want to win football games, and they do so right there to make it 8-0 early in this one. Valley Tile and Floor, they are locally owned for over 20 years. They let the experts at Valley Tile and Floor in Haley help you find the best flooring solutions for your residential or commercial property. From carpet and cork to hardwood and marmoleum, the team at Valley Tile and Floor provides the best premium flooring options and installation services. Don't let flooring cost you a fortune. Start planning your next project and request a free estimate today by calling Barbara at 208-788-4808 or visit them online at valleytileandfloor.com. Valley Tile and Floor, proud supporters of Carey Athletics, and they want to give a special shout out tonight to number 1, Preston Wood, the freshman. Proud of him tonight, and want to wish him good luck in the game. So here we go, kickoff on the way for Carey after taking advantage of the fumble, and this one deep, taken at Cuellar. Cuellar, he's got some room on the left side, and if he can turn and got the Jets, he might go. He'll be shoved out of bounds by Perks, but a great return, and they're going to set up just short of the 45, I'll say the 44-yard line, so a great return. Can't ask for anything better after giving up a touchdown. So again, Carey scores on a 33-yard touchdown run by Connor Simpson. That's his 6th touchdown run of the season. He's hard to bring down. You know, his height works to his advantage. He was able to stay up. He got off that first contact. He didn't go down. So we'll see if Wilder can get these snaps down a little better in the shotgun. That one there looks good, but immediately brought down. That time Tegan Kirkland wraps up Rodriguez, and he loses about 3 yards. The delayed handoff really not doing too well for Wilder. Carey just way too fast, and they get in that backfield very quickly. And I talked to one of the assistant coaches, Dusty Simpson, a couple days ago, and he said that Carey learned a lot against their game against North Gym. They gave up 34 points in that game. They learned a lot about the defense, and they realized people weren't where they should be. This time a throw coming out, and a nice catch on the outside. That's going to be a first down. Great reception by Moises Perez. It wasn't much, and it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but it works just the same. Nice pass by Miramontes to Perez.
It was a great over-the-shoulder catch there. He was well defended.
Yeah, the catch, I mean, just beautiful. I mean, he had to adjust to get that thing, and the officials, they want to talk. They're going to, okay, they want to talk about the spot and give him the first down. I think they were a little, I thought he was closer to the 45. They're going to put it at the 46, but like you said, Dan, a great over-the-shoulder catch. Got the ball out just where it needed to be, where only Perez could make the catch, and he does so. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Miramontes keeps this one, and he stays on his feet again. Hey, don't blow that thing dead. He was still going. They didn't bring him down. That's what, owner Paul Kingsbury says, until they stop moving, you let him go. So he gets piled up there after about a 5-yard gain. Nobody can bring him down, but that's the second time we've seen Miramontes get upended. Connor Simpson, he goes low with those tackles, and he was able to just put his hand out and stay up and pick up an extra few yards. So we get in the shotgun this time. That ball is down. Yeah, it came out of his hands bad. And it looks like Carey's got it again.
Fumbled again.
Kirkland, he picks this one up, Tegan Kirkland. So 2 straight fumbles, and Wilder moving the ball well. Just that time they're doing a lot in the backfield, and whoever it was, I think it was Rodriguez. He was the fake hand. They didn't hand it off to Rodriguez, but it went to Perez, and the connection just never was there. It never got handed off. You could see it just come out of his hands almost immediately on the handoff. So this time Carey will take over at the 41-yard line. Quick moving first quarter, 4:26 on the clock, 8-0 in favor of the Panthers. Pitch to Connor Simpson on the right side. Simpson, he just gets hit, but he bounces off of it, and he comes back around, and is he going to go? If he can get the corner, he will, and he's brought out of bounds. He's not brought down. Huge gain all the way down to the 25. Chasing him down there was Hunter Onfrey. So I guess the basic training came up in handy there as he chased him down. But Connor Simpson, what a heck of a run right there.
He did a great job. He changed direction a couple times in the backfield before he decided, and once he committed, he was gone.
He tried to cut up on the right side. Nothing was there. He got bounced out. I thought he was going to lose a yard. Tried to come to the middle. Nothing was there, and goes around the outside and picks up about 40 yards. So 1st and 10 for the 25. Binion's he's going to hand it off, and another touchdown coming here for Carey. As that one taken in from 25 yards out. That was Colton Larna. Couldn't see the 6, so Colton Larna takes it in from 25 yards out. And just like that, it's Carey 14, Wilder 0.
That first 3 and out may have been a little deceiving here. Carey's kind of doing whatever they want with the ball right now.
Yeah, Wilder really needed to take advantage. They got a gift handed to them. Carey doesn't go 4 and out, 3 and out very often. And the 2-point conversion is good. So it'll make it 16.
2-point conversion is successful. With 4:07 left.
So that makes it 16-0 Carey. But yeah, not very often you're going to see Carey not score. And you got to take advantage of it. And then 2 straight turnovers just really shooting themselves in the foot right now are the Wildcats. I think Dusty's electric For quality and affordable electric repair and services in Carey, contact Dusty's Electric. From Dusty's Electric, they're a proud supporter of Carey Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in today's game. Of course, as you know, Dusty, assistant coach here. Actually, the dad of Connor Simpson, so it's a great guy. I talked to him on the phone this week. Always enjoy talking to the coaches from around the state. And Dusty, just a stand-up guy. So if you need electrical services, support the people that support IdahoSports.com. Of course, the Snow Bunny Drive-In, they're always a proud supporter of athletics across the Wood River Valley. The Snow Bunny Drive-In wants to wish the Carey football team good luck in tonight's game. Home of the best hamburgers in the valley. Snow Bunny, they only use the freshest meat. And you can come try one of their milkshakes from their homemade ice cream. That's the Snow Bunny Drive-In on Main Street in Haley. And every time I drive through Haley, I try to stop at the Snow Bunny, and I'm never disappointed. It's the only place I've had a burger with ham on it, and it's delicious. So here we go. Carey not getting fooled on this one here as they wrap him up. I believe that was Quaylar on the return, and he only gets out to about the 20. So the worst field positioning of any team so far here on the night. Everybody started at least at the 40-yard line, but this one back at the 20, and they just got to not turn the ball over if they want to get back in this game. I think it's going to rain. I can see the rain over there, but I can see the end of it. I think it's going to rain for a few minutes on us. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's a little bit windy. We'll see. I think we're going to get a quick shower. Miramonte's on the outside this time. He's got Perez, and Perez, a nice cut, fakes outside, cuts back inside. He's close to the first down. Let's see where they spot it. He's going to be about he's going to be about a yard short. 3 minutes here in the first quarter.
It's another great pass by Miramontes there. They're doing well throwing the ball.
Yeah, and they really like this right side of the field here on the near side. He's going to keep it this time, and he picks up the first down and more. He rumbles forward for about 6 yards. Nice pickup by Miramontes. And that play has worked well. The quarterback draw, he sits back there for about half a second, and then he just goes forward, and the middle of the field has been open when Wilders wanted it. I mean, really, you go back to the first drive when they had the fumble. It was 3rd and 12 because of a bad handoff. And then they fumbled because of a bad handoff. They hadn't been stopped. It was 2nd and about 3 before the sack. But the bad handoff led to the sack, which led to the 3rd and long. So, you look at it and say, really just a couple of bad handoffs is what separates Wilder from maybe even having the lead in this game to being down 16-0. So we'll go 1st and 10 Wildcats. Miramontes goes to the other side, and another they were off, not communicating well on that one as the receivers both cut in, and Miramontes went outside. I'm sure somebody was supposed to go outside. It looked like they were running the same route there.
Yeah, they've done well with Miramontes running the ball. I think that last one was his 3rd time running the ball, and he's one of the bigger kids on the team, it looks like. And Carey has a hard time bringing him down when he does get the ball.
When he runs up the middle, he's gotten hit a few times, but then still able to fight through the contact. And they do the double handoff again, and I just think it's taking too much time when they do that right there. They fake it to one and then hand it off to the other, but Carey knows it's coming. They're going to have to switch it up here. We'll see what they do here on 3rd and long. I mean, besides the possible rain shower that might come this way, it's a great night here in Wilder. Miramontes deep on the left side. Oh, and he had him. He had Onfrey on the left, and Onfrey was open. And if he catches that, if he gets past that first man, he had a lot of green field in front of him. And I did feel a raindrop, and I'm seeing it come in now.
That looked like the same play they tried to run last time. This time he cut the right direction, but the throw was just a little bit short there for him.
Sorry, we're just trying to cover up the camera. It is starting to rain here. I don't think it'll last very long, but we don't want to lose our equipment in the process and then, you know, lose coverage of this game. And it's blowing from the west, so it's blowing straight in here. So this'll be fun right now. Yeah, it's really starting to come down now. Carey 1st and 10. And yeah, the wind is blowing straight west right now. If I look at the flag over in the other end zone. Binion deep in the shotgun now with it. He's going to go deep. He's got Larna, but this one looks like, oh no, he's going to get it. No, that's Perks with it, and Perks fights through one tackler, fights through another, and he gets all the way down to the 32-yard line. So nice patience by Binion back there to wait for Carson Perks to get open. Perks does so and gets the first down. Big pickup there for Carey. And now it's starting to pour right now, so I got to hide this computer. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to block the computer from getting wet, and it's pouring. 1st and 10, Carey. And the ball is down. Binion picks it up, and it's probably a smart choice just to run it there. He picks up about, 7 yards on that broken play. So it is dumping rain right now. It's something that we kind of need here in the Treasure Valley, so we won't complain about it, but it could have come any other time except tonight. 2nd and about 3. Ball down again, and he's going to be wrapped up almost immediately. So you got to think that ball's a little bit wet out there, probably playing a factor in getting that ball. I really don't think this is going to last very long. I can see the sky back behind us, so that is going to be a first down for Carey. And that'll do it for the first quarter here from Wilder. Carey leads at 16-0. We'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back on IdahoSports.com.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
I'll run another commercial.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
Yeah, just go over to the game, though. Welcome back. We're just trying to clean off the lens here that got poured on. I think the storm is already gone. Like I said, it looked like it was going to be quick, and it was quick. And this time a handoff to Simpson on the left side, and Simpson's got a lot of room, and no one's going to get him. That's a 24-yard run by Connor Simpson, and he'll walk in for a touchdown. So just like that, all of a sudden, it is 22-0 in favor of Carey. Well, maybe we made it here. We'll try to clean off that lens for you. It just came so fast. It was like not raining at all, and then it poured, and then it stopped. It was probably the most exciting 4 minutes we've had in a while. So that ball is down, and Simpson is going to walk in for the two-point conversion. So 24-0, Carey leads it. 11:46 to go here in the second quarter.
Carey, 24, your Wilder Wildcats.
Took a second to think Madison Country Store. Madison's Country Store in Wilder is a proud supporter of the Wilder Wildcats. Stop in at 24 5th Street or 124 5th Street in Wilder for pizza, fresh deli sandwiches, snacks, and fuel. Find them on Facebook for monthly specials. The team at Madison's Country Store wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. Go Wildcats. Of course, M&J Motors in Carey is your place to go for all your car care needs. Serving the Carey community for over 34 years, they are locally owned and can help you get back on the road again. If your car isn't running and it should, be sure to reach out and head on over to M&J Motors and let them take care of the rest. From parts to service, they do it all. M&J Motors is a proud supporter of the Carey Panthers. Of course, Carey is a great community. They support IdahoSports.com so much. We love doing their games. We love coming out here to Wilder, places like Madison's Country Store. We just can't do it without our sponsors, so be sure to support the sponsors of IdahoSports.com. So this kickoff is going to roll back. It's going to be picked up by Quaylen. And he's got room to run, and they're going after the ball, and he spins away from it. He's getting outside. Brought down around the 30. Nice return there. They gotta put something together here pretty quick if they want to get back in this game. All right, so we survived the quick assault of rain. Nothing's broken, just a little bit of the blurry screen.
Bit of moisture on that camera.
We'll scrub it off when it gets. When we get a good chance, everybody, don't worry. All right, Carey, 1st and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line. Wildcats got to put together a drive right now. Handoff coming to the left side. And immediately smacked that time Colton Larna. Colton Larna just pushes him backwards. And they're going to give him a yard. It's a little generous.
Runs into a pack of Panthers. Gain of about 2 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 8.
Carey's kind of got him figured out on that run up the middle. They might want to try and get something to the outside.
Yeah, you gotta keep the defense honest, and right now they know you're coming outside or you're probably going to throw it to that right side. That's about all they've done so far. This time it's going to go back to pass kind of a screen, and that one almost intercepted. They were looking for across the middle, looking for Sandoval, but Sandoval had about 2 different Panthers in front of him that both got their hands up and got hands on the ball, knocked it away. So it'll be 3rd and about 7 for Wilder. 9:50 on the clock. I saw another lightning strike, but it's way out there. I don't know what the rule is, but it's pretty far away. Hopefully that was it for the rain. 3rd and 7. Miramontes has got a man deep, and he goes, and nice job. Binion jumps across, so the quarterback playing free safety, Chase Binion, almost comes away with an interception. And if he's not there to get his hands on the ball, Jacob Sandoval had a lot of green grass in front of him, and that would have been just what Wilder needed. So it'll be 4th down back there to punt. It looks like Sandoval is going to be the one to kick it away. Nice punt here. This one's coming to Larna, and Larna takes it at the 40. He's got a lot of room over here on the right. About a 30-yard return for Colton Larna, and already Carey setting up in good position. Again, 24-0 here from from Wilder, excuse me. Carey plays at 1A Division II level. They're ranked number 1 in both the coaches and the media poll, and rightfully so. I think a lot of people like them this season. Dietrich 2nd in both of those polls, and I'm kind of the fan of if no one's knocked you off, you deserve to be in that spot. And I think maybe Dietrich got something to say about that, saying, "Hey, we won the state championship last year. We went undefeated. Why are we number 2?" Those 2 teams are going to meet on October 22nd. That will be live on IdahoSports.com. So if you're a Carey fan, don't forget about that game coming in a couple of weeks against Dietrich. Binion keeps it on the left side and knocked out. And is that a fumble? I think so. Nice job. Juan Jimenez just goes out and strips it from Binion and falls right on the fumble. What a heck of a play by Jimenez there to get the ball. And maybe that's the spark that Wilder needed.
I wonder if the ball might have been a little bit wet there. It looked like he was getting ready to throw the ball, and it just seemed like it almost slipped right out of his hand as he was getting ready there.
He was waiting for his receiver to break away. He was waiting, and as he went back to pass, Jimenez just gets his hand in there, knocks it out, and falls right on it. So Wilder got to take advantage. They had 2 defensive touchdowns last week, taking advantage of horseshoe bend turnovers. And this time a handoff to the left side and lots of room to run. He's going to grit. Is he going to catch him? No, he gets up, still going all the way down to the 15-yard line. What a run that time. That one was Moises Perez. Again, we mentioned it earlier. He was one of our 3 stars of the week last week for his performance against Horseshoe Bend. And that time, huge run all the way down. We'll see where they spot it. I think this is going to be at the 17-yard line. So nice. I thought he was gone. I thought he was going to be able to turn on the jets, but Carey just catches up to him at the last second. What a heck of a run. And so now Wilder threatening, and this is what they need to do right now. Remember, they do get the kickoff at the start of the second half. So handoff off the middle to Onfree, and Onfree might pick up a yard.
Hunter Onfree.
Onfree, of course, back from basic training just yesterday. I'm sure he had time to study the playbook there in his barrack. Is that what you call it, a barrack? I think so.
Wilder's doing a lot better job now of taking care of the ball on these handoffs, too.
Yeah, just those turnovers just killed him. Miramontes, he keeps it up the middle, fights through. I mean, Connor Simpson just no, that wasn't Simpson. Who was that? Owen Park. Park just wrapped him up around the ankles and kind of just held on there, wouldn't let him go anywhere. 3rd and 8. 8 minutes left here in the quarter till halftime. I think the camera shot looks pretty good now. I think we got all the moisture off. So that ball is down again, and Miramontes might pick up a yard or 2, but another bad exchange. This will be 4th and 5, and no doubt Wilder will be going for it here. It'll be 4th and about 5. We'll see what they decide to draw up here. I think a good timeout being called here by Coach DeSolio for Wilder to talk about it. Hey, just be sure to, if you want to get a shout out into today's game, send me an email. It's Logan@IdahoSports.com. Just send me a quick note where you watch it from. If you want to give a shout out to a player, to whatever you want, just send it in and we'll get you read out here on the air. Again, that's Idaho Sports, or that's Logan@IdahoSports.com.
It'll be interesting to see what Wilder tries to run this time. They've had success throwing the ball to the right side especially. They're going to be on the left hash mark, and they've got a lot of room on that right side.
This time I'd like to recognize.
They've had success too with Miramontes running the ball right up the middle. So they've got a couple options here, it looks like.
Thank you for your sponsorship. Again, if you're interested in being a sponsor, platinum, gold, bronze, whatever, please come see any of the head coaches of your athletic programs or athletic director Kyle Del Solio. We'd be happy to assist you.
Again, a big 4th down here for Wilder. 4th and 5. Ball spotted around just on the other side of the 15, so about the 14-yard line they need to get. Need to get around the 8. Maybe it's more like 4th and 6. All right, here we go. Miramontes in the shotgun. It's going to go out to the right side, and nobody's there. Just everybody, again, went inside. We've seen that a couple times. Everybody went in. The ball went out, and so the ball will go back to Carey as they lead it 24-0. Hey, are you interested in joining the team here at IdahoSports.com? We're always on the lookout for talented people who want to join and get involved in what we do. Salespeople, producers, camera operators, writers, photographers, and even broadcasters. Email editor@IdahoSports.com to find out more.
Carey did a great job of pressuring the quarterback that time. It looked like they needed a little bit more time for that play to develop, and they just didn't have it with the Carey rush.
Simpson takes a handoff this time, and he fights through the first couple of tackles. And he's out there, and he's going to pick up a first down. So nice carry by Connor Simpson.
Finally knocked out of bounds. After a gain of about 11 yards, brings up first down for Carey.
So another first down for Carey. They're just chipping away at it, taking advantage. Under 7 to play now. There's a light out on the scoreboard, so sometimes I can't tell between a 0 and an 8 and a 6. But I think it's a 6 right now. 6:30 on the clock here till halftime. Binion, he'll line up under center this time with Simpson back behind him. Excuse me, that's Larna. Larna goes left, cuts right, and he's got a huge gap up the middle, and no one is going to touch him. He is going to walk into the end zone here. That is 65 yards for Colton Larna, almost untouched. Huge run, Colton Larna. 65-yard touchdown run right there. So Larna has 2 touchdowns. Connor Simpson has 2 touchdowns. And at the 6:21 mark, Carey, pending the extra point, is up 30-0. Just they're so big, Carey down low. It's just hard to.
Had a great blocking up front. I mean, just a huge hole opened up, and he just went untouched from the line of scrimmage all the way.
It's just hard to get any pressure. And this time, the ball falls down. Binion still fighting for it, and he's not going to get in this time. So we'll finish 30-0 on the drive as the 2-point conversion fails. Yeah, just the offensive line for Carey. I mean, you look at the numbers. If you look over there at the Carey team, how many players they have. This is what you would expect to see from numbers of a 3A team, maybe even a 4. I've seen 5A teams with about the numbers they have. To come in from a 1A Division II school. Now, maybe there's some guys at the school that are not playing football, but most of them, I would imagine, are out here based on the numbers they have. Of course, Carey just, like I said, they just reload out there. Coach Kirkland, you know, his dad was the head coach for 19 years at Carey before he took over. His dad went 121-51 with 2 state titles in 1994 and 1998. And then, of course, Coach Lane Kirkland replacing Pops in 2001. So far, his record is 178-37 in his 20th year. 178-37. So less than 2 losses per year for Carey. And if Carey wins tonight, it will be the 300th win combined for the Kirkland father and son duo of coaching at Carey. Dad with 121. Lane, of course, there now with 178. You can do the math. That's 299. So one more makes 300. So here's the kickoff coming from Carey. Booted away. This time taken by Quaylar. Quaylar's got some room up the middle. Quaylar brings it out to about the 25, 27-yard line. Carey really got to get something working here, or excuse me, Wilder.
They'd love to see something just going into halftime here coming up pretty soon. Just some points on the board to take them into the second half.
And Wilder, a team that that can make a second half comeback. If you're able to get a touchdown on the board here, you get the ball to start the second half. If you can get 2 straight touchdowns, and let's say you make it 30-16, all of a sudden it's a 2-score game. Of course, last year in a game against Idaho City, they trailed 42-14 in the third quarter, came back to win that game 64-54. This time a handoff up the middle and bouncing around is Rodriguez. Rodriguez pushed back.
Gain of 5, brought down by
They're going to
Owen
spot him. They're only going to give him about 3 yards on the carry. I thought it was closer to 5.
Gain about 3.
He got he got pushed back after he picked up 5 and got pushed backwards, and they're giving him the backwards spot as a forward progress. So again, Miramonte's back there. He's got his 2 backs beside him. Another handoff up the middle. Only picks up about maybe a yard that time again, Rodriguez. Like I said, last year, of course, Wilder against Idaho City, like I said, down 42-14 in the 3rd quarter. Somehow come back to win that game. I believe it's 64-54. So come out and they hung 50 points in the 2nd half after only scoring 14 in the first. So you never know what can happen. These games can change on a dime. Miramontes, he wants to go deep, and this one gets knocked in the air and then falls to the ground.
Pass is tipped and broken up.
That was interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. Miramontes goes back to pass, and he gets hit as he throws. It's deflected and just pops straight up in the air. It was just a free ball for anybody to come in there and grab. Landed between about 6 different players, and nobody got their hands on it. And it falls to the ground, and it'll be 4th down for Wilder.
Yeah, some of the players didn't even know what was going on. They were looking around like, where's the ball at? And it hadn't come down yet. It went straight up in the air.
So here you go, 4th and about 7 for Wilder, and you got to go for it right here if you're the Wildcats. Miramontes in the shotgun. He's got a man on the right side, and he's going to go deep. It's going to be intercepted. And down, I believe that was Connor Simpson. So, I mean, it was a punt, really. When you look at it like this, it really was. It was a good, decent punt. But I thought on the outside, he had Sandoval. He was going for Cuellar. Cuellar was out deep, and I thought he had Sandoval breaking around the 50-yard line. I think if he had gone there, might have had a better chance to pick that one up. I do have a shout-out, so let's see here. Shout-out to the 2 Gamino brothers, Jesse and Eddie, out there for the Carey Panthers. This is their sister, Jenny, who's watching live on Idaho Sports. So thanks, Jenny, for sending that message in. Again, Jenny, just send us an email to Logan@IdahoSports.com if you've got a shout-out you want. So thanks, Jenny, for sending that out to the Gamino brothers. So Carey, 1st and 10. Binion, he's going to unload this pass. He's got a man deep, but it just falls short. Got a little too far downfield, did Riley Morey. He's a sophomore. Morey just got way too ahead of it. Falls about 5 yards short. Couldn't make the adjustment and come back. But it was a one-on-one situation, and when you get those one-on-one situations in an 8-man ball, if you're able to win it, most of the time it turns into 6 points. So 3:30 on the clock here for the first half. Carey leads at 30-0. 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. Binion hands off to, I believe that's Larna again, and Larna just cuts through the middle, and Larna takes it again. This time he's going to score from 63 yards. So 2 massive runs from Colton Larna right up the middle both times, that time from 63 yards.
It was great. Last time we talked about he ran untouched the entire way. This time he had guys hanging off him the whole run, and he just stayed on his feet, kept going, and got him 6 more points.
So the offensive line just dominating right now for Carey, just putting on a show, and the defense showing up too. Of course, like I mentioned, I talked to Coach Simpson last week, and you know, when anybody wins a game by 20 points, you think, oh wow, they did really well in that game. When Carey wins a game by only, I do air quotes, I'm doing air quotes, only 20, people think, wow, that was close. I mean, you're seeing it right here. They're just so dominant. He said that, you know, they lost a ton of players on offense last year. They lost, look at my notes here. Here we go on the 2-point conversion. Pass to the left side. That one caught. That time, Morley comes down with it. Morey picks it up, and that makes it 38-0. But Coach Dusty Simpson, one of the assistant coaches, he told me they have 7 new starters on defense. And they have 6 new starters on offense right now for Carey. And they still come out and do this. But again, in that game against North Gym, again in that game against North Gym. They were trying to figure out who they were on defense. They had all these starters. Of course, they did have a game against Garden Valley, but we all know Garden Valley, they lost so much of their team from last season, and great graduating class they had there. And they're learning to replace all that talent, and might not been, he said, the toughest test in the world for them, and then they come and get a very good North Gym team that a lot of people like to maybe be playing that final weekend of football with their quarterback, Bridger Hatch, who just a phenomenal running quarterback, Bridger Hatch is. But he said they learned a lot about their defense that day and learned that they didn't have people in the right spots. They had the right players out there, but they weren't in the right spot. This return by Quaylar, he'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. But Carey, they said it was a great game. You know, you play one of those tough teams early so you know what you need to do later on in the season and what you can do to adjust. You don't want to see those good teams in the playoffs. You want to see them early on so you know what you're working with. Of course, there's a very real possibility that Carey and Dietrich meet. We've got an official timeout here. Well, they don't. It's starting to rain again, but it's not blowing at us, so I think we'll survive this one. Miramontes hands it off up the middle. A 5-yard pickup that time on the ground. That one, Cuellar takes it. Haven't seen him take it too much on the ground, mostly been in the receiving game. But Dietrich and Carey could be on a course collision to meet the final week of the season undefeated. Another handoff for Wilder up the middle. No gain that time. Of course, Dietrich playing Castleford today. Castleford, a team that a lot of people like this season, think they're going to come out pretty strong, especially the coaches. The coaches actually ranked Castleford 4th in the latest coaches poll that you can find on IdahoSports.com. Carey was 1st, Dietrich 2nd, Kendrick 3rd, Castleford 4th, and then Horseshoe Bend was 5th. Of course, Horseshoe Bend played Wilder last week. And you look over on the D1 side, Oakley number 1 in the coaches poll, Raft River number 2, Prairie number 3, Butte County number 4, and then Notice just down the road at number 5. 3rd and 3, and this time Miramontes keeps it, but a nice from behind tackle that time. Chris Gamino. So there's one of those Gamino brothers that we heard from earlier, but he comes from behind and makes the tackle. Miramontes looked like he might have had some room on the left side, but he just gets shut down by Gamino, and it'll be 4th and about 2.
Did look like he had a little room to run there. Would have been nice to see him take off, but he cut back, and Carey was able to catch up to him.
Yeah, we're under a minute to go. Wilder needs to get some points on the board here if they want to get a real chance here in the second half. And looks like Coach Del Solio is going to take a timeout. There's plenty of time here. We saw it. I did a Lighthouse Christian and Kendrick game a couple weeks ago. 3 touchdowns in the final 45 seconds of that half. So definitely possible to get a few points on the board here, but they're going to have to do something to get off that line of scrimmage. They need to give Miramontes more time back there in the pocket. Anytime he just sits there, Carey is back there in the blink of an eye.
We've seen a couple big plays so far today, too. If they can get another one of those big runs and get them down a little bit closer, they might be able to connect on one of those longer passes and get some points on the board.
Yeah, we saw the fumble. Binion had the fumble that was recovered by Jimenez around the 40-yard line. And then almost immediately, Moises Perez takes the ball all the way down inside the 20. Nice run by Perez there, but they couldn't score. Ended up losing it on 4th down. So here we go, 4th and 2. This time Miramontes will keep it on the left side and just nowhere to go. Just everybody collapsing. Gamino was back there. Connor Simpson was back there. And then he had nowhere to go on the other side as Carson Perks was there. And just nowhere to go, and that'll give the ball back to Carey, up 38-0. And the clock is running right now. Yeah, the officials are saying stop the clock. Now they're going to put 45 seconds back on the clock. I was wondering, there is a mercy rule in Idaho football, but it's got to be up by 40 points in the second half. And obviously we're not there yet. So they'll put 45 seconds back on the board. We'll see what Carey decides to come out and do, whether they want to try and get up by 40 already and put some more points on the board before halftime, or they just want to play it conservative. And I mean, a conservative run for them up the middle that's not a conservative play. They just go 65 yards and score, right? So here we go. This time Carson Perks gets it in the backfield, and he's taken down. Nice tackle that time. Looks like that was number 20, Juan Jimenez. He's the one who forced and recovered the fumble a couple drives ago, but a big tackle for loss back there, and that might prevent Carey from scoring.
Looked like they slipped a little bit out there. I wonder if the field's getting a little wet with all this rain we're getting. It's starting to come back down again.
Yeah, we're just glad the wind is not back. It's just falling straight down instead of vertical or horizontal, I guess that's the word. I think Carey called a timeout there with 37 seconds to go.
Friends and family who are not in attendance, that they can watch this game live and free from anywhere on IdahoSports.com. That's live and free anywhere on IdahoSports.com.
Well, you heard the PA guy. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com for this game.
Again, the Treasure Valley Invaders football team, Idaho Central Credit Union, and competing.
Happy to be here from Wilder High School. It's the second time I've been here to Wilder. It's a good, it's a great setup here in the press box. A lot of times you're up on top, and we're glad to be inside today with the rain that we just had. I'm sure a lot of other teams around the Treasure Valley dealing with some of this rain tonight.
Class of 2022 down front.
We mentioned a couple of big games around the state right now. Just down the road from us, Horseshoe Bend and Notice squaring off. Of course, Horseshoe Bend coming in both polls, the coaches and media. In the coaches poll, they're number 5, and the media poll number 4. And they're the same can be said of Notice, 5th in the coaches, 4th in the media, in 1AD1 and 1AD2. So that matchup just about 7 miles away from us going on right now, Horseshoe Bend and Notice. So Connor Simpson will take the pitch to the left side, and Binion gets out and makes a big hit. Nice block, Chase Binion. And then Connor Simpson kind of directed him. He had his hand on his back telling him where to go. So you lead the way for me, quarterback, and help me get some more yards, and he scoots out of bounds.
Notice the refs are doing a good job of taking care of the ball, keeping it towel on it during the breaks, and so the throw would be a good option here. The ball should be dry.
Simpson again using Binion as a blocker, and he gets, oh man, he almost broke that and scored. He'll be wrapped up around the 23-yard line, and Carey's going to burn their last time out. I believe that's the last time out. There's not an official count on the scoreboard, but I believe that's their third. The ball's at the 27-yard line with 25 seconds to go. And it's very possible that if Carey's able to get this in, we'll have a running clock for the entire second half. Wilder, a good team from what we've seen, with just a couple of mistakes that really turned the tides. They came out and they shut Carey down on that first drive, made them go 3 and out. Defense looked great. The offense in return had a great drive. They just put the ball on the ground too many times. And you can't do that against a team like Carey. You can't make a mistake and not expect them to come back and make you pay for it. You got to be the one that forces the turnovers and to not give them up. So Binion under center. To his left there is Jensen. To the right is Simpson. This will go to Simpson on the left, and Simpson trying to get outside. And if he can get the edge, he's going to score, and he does. Connor Simpson, a 25-yard touchdown, around 24 yards. So Connor with his third touchdown of the night. That one coming from 24 yards out.
That was just a foot race. He had one man to beat, and he was able to get out around the corner and beat him and get in before the end of the half here.
So with 17 seconds on the clock, this one already 44-0 Carey. With the 2-point conversion to come, almost the same formation. Under center with Carson to his right. This time he's going to hand it off to the other guy over there. That's Jensen, and Jensen scoots in for the two-point conversion, making it 46-0 in favor of Carey.
2 seconds left in the half. Carey Panthers 46. You are Wildcat 0.
So 46-0 right now. You know, if you're watching this game, want to know what's going on around the state, be sure to check out the Friday Night Flash. Idaho's only live scoreboard, updated in real time. We've got scores from everywhere in the state. You know, you sometimes see scoreboards around and have scores from the area, but we've got every score from around the state up there in real time as soon as we see them. You can also click the little window icon at the bottom of the screen, bottom of the video player, to let you watch a couple of games at one time if you want to tune in to one of the other games around the state while you keep your eye on this one. So 17 seconds to go, and we've got a pretty steady rain falling here right now. Again, there's no wind, but we can see the blue on the horizon back there. So here comes a kickoff from Carey. Somebody's coming on the field late. Someone booted deep. Nice kick. Someone be taken by Quaylar at the 10, and he's just hit immediately and brought down. Nice tackle. And open field, I believe. Yeah, that was number 11, Lane Fiskus, with the tackle for Carey. First time we've called Lane's number tonight. Nice tackle on the special teams. So at this point in the game, Wilder, they got to find something positive to look forward to. Again, this one might not go their way at the end of the day. Still a lot of time left. You never know. That's the thing. You never know. As a kid, I would never leave a game early because you just don't know. Something crazy can happen, and they scored 46 points in one half. Who's to say you can't do the next in the next half? But got to look for things for next week. They're still definitely alive in conference play when that starts coming around. Miramontes will take it in the shotgun and hands it off the right side.
Julian Neary on the carry.
Neary takes it, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. So at halftime here from Wilder at Doug Edwards Field, the visiting Carey Panthers lead this one 46-0 over Wilder. We will take a halftime break and be right back here on IdahoSports.com.
Don't go anywhere. Never know what's going to happen in the second half.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas. That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors. The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up. But I see through the hype, because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
Hang on, drum roll.
The numbers? Okay. And the number is 73003.
Do we have a winner?
All right, I'm gonna come back.
You?
Talk for. I should talk about something, and then I'll go back to another break.
Welcome back to halftime here. Our score, as you can see there, Carey leads this one 46-0 here from Wilder. We'll tell you how we got here. Carey, all the points coming from Carey, and they're coming from either Connor Simpson or Cole Larna. Connor Simpson with a 33-yard touchdown run in the first quarter at the 6:36 mark, and then at the 4:07 mark of the first, a 25-yard touchdown run from Larna. 11:26 mark of the second quarter, a 23-yard touchdown run by Connor Simpson. Then at the 6:20 mark of the second quarter, a 65-yard run by Larna, and then Larna scored again at the 3:14 mark, a 63-yard run. So Colton Larna has a 65-yard touchdown, and he followed it up 3 minutes later with a 63-yard touchdown run. And then Connor Simpson put the icing on the cake at the end of halftime. Right before the halftime horn, 17 seconds to go, a 24-yard touchdown run that made it 46-0 at halftime. So just pretty rough half for Wilder, to be honest. The defensive line just not able to get any pressure, and the running backs. That's just what I don't think. Have they completed a pass? Off the top of my head, I don't think Carey has a completed. No, they did. I think they had one.
Got a couple. I think they got a couple at least.
But most of it's been on the ground, and most of it's been Colton Larna and Connor Simpson. And I mean, coming into the game, that's what we kind of expected. Coming into the game, Larna had 15 carries for 145 yards. He's almost got that already on just 2 carries. And then Connor Simpson had 22 carries for 235 yards and 5 touchdowns. So Simpson with 3 touchdowns, Larna with 3 touchdowns. So on the year now, 8 rushing touchdowns for Connor Simpson and 6 for Colton Larna. I think a lot of teams would take that in the season, a lot of players. I just think they're really just getting started here as they get rolling. And you just look at Carey and think that they've got the pieces to go back to a state championship game. And not only be pretty excited, we saw them play last year in that state championship game against Dietrich, a conference rival, and there's a good chance it might happen again this year, the way both of those two teams look. Of course, Wilder, if we look at the upcoming schedules for both of these teams, we'll start with Carey. Carey, they played Garden Valley to start off, won 52-0. beat North Gym last week 54-34, of course, here at Wilder. Next week they'll host Chalice, and then they'll be at Hanson, at Camas County and Fairfield, and they'll wrap up at home against Castleford and Dietrich. So really, those last 2 games against Castleford and Dietrich will be the toughest ones of the season, I think, for Carey, especially that Dietrich game. Again, if you want to put that on your calendars now, IdahoSports.com will be there in Carey for that game against Dietrich. I'll be there. I get to make the drive. That should be a great game. Always look forward to covering games there in Carey. On the other side of the field, Wilder, of course, next week they're playing Garden Valley. And then the week after, they're here against Garden Valley, here against Rimrock, and then they'll go up the mountains to Idaho City the week after that, and then finish up with a home game against Greenleaf, and then a short trip down the road to Notice to wrap up the season. So a good chance. I mean, Wilder, it's going rough here, but they have a great opportunity to do well in conference play, and I think it'll bode them well to play a strong team like Carey. The way that the playoffs are now being set up is there's not it used to be pre-seeded, right? So 3 teams from X conference get in, 1 team from X conference gets in, and that's what it determines it. I think the conference champs get in, and then after that, it's up to the Max Prep rankings. And, playing a tough team, I think it'll do better for Wilder to lose this game than it would be to go out and beat up some team that's going to not win a game all season. I think it'll be better for them in the end to have done this and play Carey, because Carey probably only might not lose, and if they do lose, it'll just be that last game of the year against Dietrich. I think they're going to roll through their schedule. And I think Wilder has a good chance to also kind of march through their schedule as well up until, Idaho City always pretty good, but that game against Notice, that'll probably be for the conference championship as well. So both of these teams, I think, will be playing a de facto conference championship automatic berth to the playoff game against their respective really rivals. You see Carey really gets up for that Dietrich game. And, of course, Notice and Wilder right down the road. These 2 communities is just where everybody knows everybody. And, of course, if you go back before, Hunter Smith was the quarterback at Carey. He also was on the basketball team and set the 3-point record in a tournament. And whose record did he beat? His brothers, who played for Dietrich. So they're all intertwined. Of course, Salmon River is who Wilder beat a couple weeks ago. Salmon River is one of those typically very strong teams at the 1A Division II level. Just really come upon hard times, really struggling with numbers this year. Of course, Salmon River home to Leighton Vander Esch, the current Dallas Cowboy. I saw him a couple of times out there on the field last night in their game against... Who did they play last night? I already forgot. Oh, the Buccaneers. Man, it's been a long 24 hours. Anyways, just a couple more minutes before we start the second half. We'll take another quick break and be right back here on IdahoSports.com.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We are here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Senior, Madeline Reyes. Congratulations, May. This week's Cheerleader of the Week. Cheer Girl of the Week.
And welcome back here
Thank you, Coach
to
Carroll,
Wilder
and
High
thank
School
you
as we're
for
about to
our
begin the
students.
second half. And just before we came back here, we heard the officials give the official comment that this will be a running clock in the second half, meaning that the clock will only stop for official timeouts for things like injury or a measurement, something like that, if a team calls a timeout or if after the conversion. So even after a touchdown, it'll run through the extra point, but after that, before the kickoff, the clock will run. So the clock will run here. And that, like we said, if it's over 40 points in the second half, that's the case, and we're just going to start the half like that. So here we go. So after the rain has pushed out, we had two different, we had one really bad rain come through that was blowing rain into the, still have a bunch of water on the table here, but we're surviving.
3, Boise State Broncos 10.
And you can see clear skies now. So there it is. Nice shot, Dan. That's gorgeous. Look at that.
Listening in, he's using my tickets right now at the Boise State game.
It'll be interesting to see how Wilder comes out here in the second half. Like you were kind of saying at halftime, this is an opportunity to learn against a really good team. So hopefully they can keep their heads up and just keep working on different aspects of their game and carry that on the rest of the season.
And you got a new Gepford I had him down, the freshman, as playing a couple snaps at quarterback this year. He's out there warming up, so I wonder if they're going to give him some shots behind center. He may be the more pure quarterback instead of Miramontes. Miramontes looks more like he wants to run the ball than he's a natural-born quarterback compared to Gepford. And Gepford is only a freshman, so he's got lots of years to grow into those shoulder pads down there as well. So, but we're just waiting for the officials to come back before we start this thing off. Again, thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. Just looking around I was looking at the Friday Night Flash. You can catch that on the homepage. Some of the scores around the state. Saw Butte County with a huge win over Rockland. Rockland, a team that actually got some votes. They were the fifth place team in the media poll this week, actually, at 1A Division II. And Butte County has come out with 3 straight wins to open the season in just dominating fashion. They beat Water Springs, and then they beat Lighthouse Christian, and now a win against Rockland. So all 3 of those teams pretty good. Rockland undefeated coming into the season. Water Springs, of course, a playoff team from a year ago, as well as Lighthouse Christian. And the Pirates from Butte County just kind of showed them who's boss and won those games. So the 1A D2 level now, or excuse me, as they're 1A D1. So Wilder, that'll be a team for them to watch out for. Of course, Butte County just over the lava rocks from Carey, of course, on the other side of Craters of the Moon. So here's the kickoff. Quaylar has it. And he'll be brought down around the 30-yard line.
Brought down to the 28-yard line.
So a pretty nice night here, like we said. Now that everything's blown out, it's not smoky anymore. It's not a gazillion degrees like it has been all summer. Just a nice, cool evening over here on the western edge of the Treasure Valley. Again, if you have a shout out for us, be sure to email me at logan@IdahoSports.com. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. If you got a shout out to a player on the field, we'd love to hear it. So I'm seeing a story down here on the bench. I see Moises Perez sitting down without his helmet. That's not what you want to see if you're Wilder. And it will be Getford back there at quarterback. And he'll hand it off. Here's Miramontes playing running back now.
Adrian Miramontes on the carry. And from Ivan Gephardt.
That may be what Wilder needs, is to get Miramontes run with a little bit of head of steam and see if he can get a few more yards on some of those runs.
See what
brings up a second and 10.
See what Gephardt comes out with. He's got the the classic wristband with all the plays on it, and I mean he looks like a freshman out there. He's young. He'll get better, and when you got a freshman quarterback that could come in and that one's on the ground, it looks like it's going to be picked up by Carey right there. And those are things that he'll learn from right there. You put him in games like this, and he'll learn. And he's got 3 more years after this to learn and grow, and he will do so, and he'll be fine in a couple years. And I mean he's been doing great this year, leading his team to a 52-0 win over Salmon River. Of course, I mean that one on the road. So how about that for your first game in high school, going on the road and winning a big game like that? Now Carey will take over. The starter's still in for the Panthers. They'll take over at the 27-yard line. Larna to the left, Simpson to the right. This one goes to Larna. And nice job by Wilder right there to not let anybody through. Same play that we've seen Larna score on about 3 times in a row.
Number 20, Ellis Jensen.
Excuse me, that's Jensen that's back there. Ellis Jensen's the one.
Picks up about 5 yards.
That was back there. I'm just so used to Larna, taking it. I guess this isn't his territory. He likes to run 60 yards. He doesn't want a 20-yard touchdown. So Jensen to the left and Simpson to the right. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And Jensen, he's going to go around the edge, and he's going to punch that one in. We do have a flag back here. That's our first flag of the game, and it's going to be a block in the back. Maybe that's what sprung Ellis free. So a block in the back. That will bring it back about 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So it looks like it's going to be, we'll see. I think that it's going to end up being second and about 20 after the penalty. So a good break there for Wilder. Big block in the back. But impressive that was the first penalty. I've done a couple games this year where a lot of flags on the ground, and this is what you start to see the third and fourth week of the season. Teams a little more composed and getting everything back together. Not making those early mistakes. So Simpson, he'll take it to the left side and breaks through the first tackle. Excuse me, this is Larna, or Ellis. And Ellis, he gets wrapped up by Miramontes.
Ellis Jensen brought down by Adrian Miramontes.
Ellis Jensen, of course, had a nice touchdown run that was called back due to the block in the back. So ball back. Be third and about 5 on this one.
Brings up a 3rd and 4.
So still Jensen back there with Simpson. It's just the same formation. They're almost running the same play every time. And this time Jensen takes it, and he's going to be just short of that first down line to gain. It'll bring up 4th and about 2 or 3. Officials wipe off the ball after the rain we have. Most of the second quarter it rained. I think it finally is pushed through, and we are done with that.
Be great for Wilder to get a nice stop here, their first stop of a drive in a little while. Maybe get them a little bit of momentum going and get that offense going a little bit.
Like you said, big 4th down chance for here, and they're going to stop him. What a tackle. Maybe he leaned forward and got it after the initial contact. We'll see what they give him. He's right at the line.
Chase Brianian brought down by Noe Anguiano.
We'll see it. They might measure. Oh, no, he got the first down.
David
So he
Jones.
got hit as soon as he started to step forward to take that run, but just his body leaning forward as he went down gave him just enough to pick up the first down.
It's a good second effort there. They're still playing hard. Even with the big lead out there, they're still getting after it, working hard.
First down carry.
1st and 10 from the 15. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ellis Jensen
again.
picks up about 5 on that carry. So Jensen, he's a junior, 5'7".
Brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Panthers.
I mean, you look in this Carey backfield, though. I mean, Chase Binion, he's a senior, but everybody that's been running the ball tonight is a junior. Colton Larna, junior. Connor Simpson, he's a junior. And then, of course, Ellis Jensen, now he's a junior. So all 3 of these main workhorses for Carey are going to be back next season. And I tell you what, the Panthers, they just reload every year. And this time, Jensen fights through a tackle, and a nice job that time to bring him down. Great effort.
Tripped up by Marco the Masher Martinez.
Martinez brings him down for a nice stop.
No gain, brings up a 3rd down.
That was a nice touchdown saving stop right there. If he hadn't gotten a hold of his leg there, he was going in for the touchdown.
Yeah, like you said, Carey's, if they can break that corner, they're pretty much gone. So Martinez did a great job at making sure they wrapped him up, or he didn't really wrap him up. He just grabbed enough body to knock him off balance and fall down to bring up 3rd down. And it's been the same formation for Carey pretty much the whole second half. And Binion, he's going to look to throw it this time, and he's going to get sacked. Huge sack that time for Wilder. Who is that, number 26? Gabriel Cuellar with the sack. Cuellar with a big sack. Almost, they lost about 20 yards on that play. No, about 15 yards. So a big sack. This is going to bring up fourth and 15 here. So that's just what they needed. Big chance. I mean, it's pretty hard to convert on a 4th and 15. We'll see if Carey's able to do so. But if you're Wilder, you're going to like that you stopped a team in. They were inside the red zone, and you could come up with a stop. And that's what you want right here. Wilder fans admonishing the Wildcats to get a stop here. Simpson in the shotgun. Pass to the right side, this time to Jensen. And that should be a block in the back. And there's the flag. Yep. I mean, it was slow. We were waiting for it, but it was pretty clear as day as Jensen broke free on the right side. There's a reason he did. He got blocked in the back, so it'll come back.
It's a great series by Wilder on defense here. By far their best defensive effort of the night so far. Benefited from a couple of penalties and then that long sack for a loss. Seeing good things from the Wilder defense right here.
Yeah, so they'll get another chance, like you said, to come up with a big stop here. 2 in a row. I mean, they're bailed out by a penalty there, but a big sack brought it to pass. We'll see what Coach DeSolio calls up here. Bring the house. And this is a position that Carey could see themselves in, so they want to try here. You know, they're up 46-0. You want to put forth the effort to see what you can draw up and see if you can convert a 4th and very long, because you might be in that position against a Castleford or against a Dietrich or against somebody else in the playoffs. And Binion back. He's got pressure coming. He's going to throw it, and shot to the legs, and
intercepted.
He's down.
Intercepted.
And the fumble, and it might end up being a touchdown carry back there in the end zone. was intercepted, it was fumbled, and it's either a safety or a touchdown. We'll see what they.
A lot of players touch the ball in this possession.
And I tell you, Chase Binion took a hit right at the end of the play, right to the knees, and he's kind of hobbling over there. Just the danger. It's what happens when you're drifting back there. They're clearing all the players out, and they're going to talk about it. We'll see what the call is. Did you see who came up with it, Dan? I could not see amongst the mist.
I didn't see it. They were diving. There were so many people going for the ball. After the interception, there was the fumble, and it looked like it was recovered by Wilder, but it looked like it might have been a safety.
Because did he intercept it in the end zone, and did he come out of the end zone? Maybe that's the discussion they're saying. Because if he intercepted it in the end zone, but never came out of the end zone, but lost it in the end zone, then it truly never.
Looks like he's signaling. They signal safety. Safety.
So it was. So it was intercepted by Wilder.
I think it was intercepted around the 5-yard line and then fumbled and went back towards the end zone. And I think he picked it up around the 2-yard line or so.
And so the ball was just bouncing around a lot back there. So it comes up with a safety with 54 seconds to go here in the third period. So kind of a crazy play there. I don't think anybody expected on 4th and 15 that you were going to come away from that play with 2 points. I would love to know if that has happened before.
Is it tilting up? This one, now is it too tight? Or is it
So if I was ESPN and had a statistician here, I would say find me the last time a team had the ball on 4th down, did not punt, and came away. Or how many times do you throw an interception and then still score 2 points on the play? It's I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So crazy sequence of events here. And Wilder, see if they decide to punt it on this one. Kickoff, or if they'll take it regular. Looking for the ball. The ball wasn't out there. So here we go. We got everything settled up now. There's the punt, and it is going to go out of bounds on the 45-yard lines. Hey, M&J Motors in Carey is your place to go for all your car care needs. Serving the Carey community for over 34 years, they are locally owned and can help you get back on the road again. If your car isn't running, and it should, bring it on over and let the folks at M&J Motors take care of the rest. From parts to service, they do it all. M&J Motors is a proud supporter of the Carey Panthers. Don't forget about Madison's Country Store right here in Wilder. They are a proud supporter of the Wilder Wildcats. Stop in at 124 5th Street in Wilder for pizza, fresh deli sandwiches, snacks, and fuel. Find them on Facebook for monthly specials. And the whole team there at Madison's store wants to wish the boys good luck in today's game. Go Wildcats. Thanks to all the sponsors of IdahoSports.com. Looks like this is going to do it for the third quarter, as Carey probably doesn't even need to snap the ball. About 6 seconds to go on the clock. They might run to the line and try to get one snap off, and they do so right at the buzzer. Binion will keep it up the middle, and the ball is down, and I think Carey got it back. No, Wilder has it.
Run by Chase Binion.
No, Carey has it.
Recovered by Carey.
They signaled Wilder at first, and then they reversed their decision there.
It looked pretty clear that Jensen had the ball. But that will do it regardless for the quarter here. So through 3, Carey leads this one 48-0. Wood River Welding in Bellevue has been locally owned and operated for 70 years, all the way back to 1945. They are the place to call when your machinery, farm equipment, or snowplow needs repaired. Give them a call today at 208-788-4112. Wood River Welding is a proud supporter of Carey High School football. Good luck, Panthers. Dusty's Electric for quality and affordable electrical repair and services in Carey. Contact Dusty's Electric. Dusty's Electric is a proud supporter of Carey Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck today. Dusty, of course, down there on the sidelines, coaching for the Panthers this season. He's a great guy. I've talked to him many times on the phone. He's always willing to give us all the information about Carey that we need. In talking to the coaches at Carey this week, I learned that every March they have a fundraiser there in Carey where they have a huge smoked pork meal. Last year they had 260 racks of ribs and 300 pounds of pork loin that was sold to over 300 people in Carey. And I just asked him, where's my invite? I'd like to be there for that next year. So here we go, starting off the fourth quarter. Nope, that's still Jensen. Jensen picks up none. No gain on the play. But it sounds like a great time there in Carey when they have the big cookout. Maybe I'll have to venture my way over if the folks there in Carey will have me. I like all those foods. It sounds great to me. So hopefully won't mind somebody crashing their party. Got another shout out here from Tina Kirkland. To Coach Kirkland, just want to say I'm married to the best coach out there, and to number 24, Tegan Kirkland, from Mom and Madison, you're doing great. Keep up the good work. So thanks for the shout out there to Coach Kirkland. And this time Connor Simpson runs it up the middle and breaks out to the left. And if he can get away, he's gone, and he's going to do so. Once again, he's just so fast in the open field. And that time he takes it 44 yards for a touchdown run. And I tell you, people can get their hands on him, but they just can't bring him down. He's so speedy, and he gets away for another long touchdown run. Connor Simpson, this time from 44 yards.
I think you talked about it at the beginning of the game. He's one of the smaller guys out there, but he's got the speed, and he gets around that corner, and they just cannot catch him.
Yeah, and I think that's a strength of his, is that he can get to the corner fast, and by the time anybody else, they're still kind of trying to chase him to the side, and then he cuts it up almost immediately, and by then they can't adjust and go back to get him, and he scores. So here's the conversion, and just out of the reach there, not able to get it. So that'll wrap up the play. 10-17 here to go in the quarter, or in the game, actually. 54-0 in favor of the Panthers. Valley Tile and Floor, they're locally owned and operated for 20 years. You can let the experts at Valley Tile and Floor in Haley help you find the best flooring solution for your residential or commercial property. From carpet to cork and to hardwood and marmoleum, the team at Valley Tile and Floor provides the best premium flooring options and installation services. Don't let flooring cost you a fortune. Start planning your next project and request a free estimate today by calling Barbara at 788-4840 or visit them online at valleytileandfloor.com. Valley Tile and Floor, proud supporters of Carey Athletics, and wants to give a special shout out to number 1 Preston Wood in tonight's game. Finally, just want to thank the Snow Bunny Drive-In. They're a proud supporter of athletics across the Wood River Valley. The Snow Bunny Drive-In wants to wish Carey good luck in tonight's game. They are home to the best hamburgers in the valley, and at Snow Bunny, they only use the freshest meats in those burgers and invite you to come in and try one of their great milkshakes made from their homemade ice cream. That's the Snow Bunny Drive-In on Main Street in Haley. Go Panthers. So Carey was about to kick off in the wrong direction. We got it figured out now here.
I'm sure the Wilder defense would appreciate a nice long drive here if they can get that. They were on the field for a long time with the previous drive and then the safety and then having to go right back on defense again. So I'm sure they would appreciate a nice breather here for a minute if Wilder can put together a little bit of a drive here.
Yeah, the defense has been out there for a long time. No real long sustained drive from Wilder. This one goes under the feet of Cuellar. Cuellar, he's got room. Oh, I thought he was going to cut that hole. He did so, but coming in quickly on the tackle. What was that on the tackle? I think that was Colton Larna.
First down, Wildcats, the 30-yard line.
So here we go. Clock is running, like we said, 9:45 on the clock. Here from Wilder. Thanks for joining us here for this broadcast on IdahoSports.com. Again, don't forget, we do more than just broadcasting. You can check all the schedules and scores from all your favorite teams from around the state. We have all the schedules for volleyball, soccer, baseball, soccer. I just said soccer, basketball, every sport you can think of throughout the year. We've got the schedule here. And a nice pass this time, but it's going to be intercepted by Binion. And Binion, he's going to try and go for the pick six as he maneuvers his way, and he's just walloped on a tackle there. That time brought down by Martinez. But a nice interception by Binion. He comes away with an interception at the 9-minute mark. So just a long night for the Wildcats. Like we said, Idaho Sports, you can check the scores. We have features, prepcasts, like we mentioned. If you're a Carey fan, you might want to check out that Magic Valley prepcast hosted by Brandon Bating and Scott Burton. That one goes over all the sports going on there in the Magic Valley, as well as the 8-man prepcast. That one hosted by Paul Kingsbury and Brandon Bainey. Talks about all the 8-man schools from around the state at the 1A level. I'm sure they'll be talking about this game on that one. They previewed it, as well as I did on the Treasure Valley Prepcast. So here we go, a different set of people in the game right now. Number 1, Preston Wood in at quarterback. Preston, we just heard about him. Nice shout out there from Valley Tile and Floor that they gave him tonight.
Nick Versus on the carry.
Giving in that shout out to Preston. So maybe Preston, the future quarterback. He is just a freshman in there for the Panthers. And he drops it, but he gets right back on it. And that's a great move by him. He did not try to pick it up. He did not try to back up with it. He just went down on it immediately. It'll go down as a loss in the game book, but you won't see that in the stats that he could have lost a lot more. Just went right down on it, lives to fight another down. 3rd down, 7:30 to go. 3rd and about 5 from the 20. Wood under center. He gets a hold of that one. And big tackle. Wilder all over him that time. That one handed off to Versailles. Versus brought down almost immediately.
A little bit of a different look now from Carey with some of the backups playing now, and getting them a good chance to get some minutes and get some prep work for future games.
I have a shout out here from Jared Larna, go Panthers, and shout out to Colton Larna from his dad watching in Ketchikan, Alaska. So tuning in all the way from Alaska to this game. Thanks for tuning in. And timeout called by Carey. They're up 54-0, but I don't think Coach Kirkland is too happy with what's going on there. These players out there right now might not be the guys on the field this season, but they'll get their chance in the next couple of years to take over the reins for the Panthers. Of course, again, that shout out from Jared, his son Colton, a phenomenal game today. Colton Larna has got 3 touchdowns. He has one of 25 yards, one of 65 yards, and then a 63-yard touchdown run. So he's got 100 and I'm doing quick math here. 153 yards just in touchdown runs, not to count the other runs he had that did not go for touchdowns. So a phenomenal game there. And, really one of the key things to this Carey program is Coach Kirkland is actually the junior high coach as well. So these kids play for Coach Kirkland for 6-7 years throughout the time. By the time they're seniors, they know his scheme so well. They've been doing it since they were in 7th grade, and a sack there for Wilder. Nice job bringing him down. The last couple of snaps have been very low. Not a great center to quarterback exchange. This will bring up.
Alex Martinez breaks up the play.
That was 4th down. So the 4th down conversion doesn't go. It'll go back to Wilder.
First down.
Also, they've one of the assistant coaches has started an Optimist football program there in Carey. Started it 5 years ago, and I think you can see that the results speak for themselves. Kids in Carey playing football year-round, getting involved with that, and just paying tons and tons of dividends as the seasons go along. Like we said, played in 4 straight state championships, haven't missed the playoffs. It's been like 9 years. 2004 was the last year they missed the playoffs.
Isaac Rodriguez.
So that was 17 years ago. That was the last time Carey was not in the playoffs. And they have played in 9 state championship games since 2006. So in the past 15 years, past 14 seasons really if we count 2020, 9 of 14 for getting to the state championship game. There's a lot of teams that haven't even had 9 chances to go to the playoffs, let alone make it to a state championship game. So phenomenal program there in Carey. And Gephardt is going to be sacked after the low snap. That'll bring up 3rd down. We're under 5 minutes to play here. Thanks for joining us here on IdahoSports.com. There's a handoff to the right side, and the ball is down again. And I think Wilder got it, but still brings up fourth and about 17, 16. Just too many turnovers for Wilder tonight. We saw 2 drives in a row to open up the game after they force a 3-and-out on Carey. Just have a couple of turnovers, and you just can't do that against a team like Carey. Carey came back and made them pay for turning the ball over. They had a couple good drives to start it off, but ever since then it's been all Panthers. They're going to punt it, and he gets this one away, and it's a pretty good kick. Ball goes down. Larna decides to just let it roll as they play a dance down there, almost daring him to pick it up and run. Larna decides smartly to just let that thing roll, and it dies at the 40. Clock still running. We're at the 3:30 mark here from Wilder High School. We're happy to see the rain cleared out. Now it's clear. I mean, you can see the moon. You can see, I don't know, is that a star? Or is that Mars or a satellite? I don't know. But turned out to be a nice night here in Wilder.
Yeah, once we got through that little rainstorm, it dried off the camera, and it's been a nice night for football.
Clock still running. Wood still back there at quarterback for Carey. This will probably be the last drive of the game. And this time, Ellis Jensen with a nice carry. He's going to pick up a 1st down. He has been working hard here in the second half. He's taken most of the carries. Connor Simpson got 1 carry, and he scored on it. But most of the other work so far in the second half has been done by Jensen. He doesn't have a touchdown to show for it. He had 2 called back by penalties. So he'd like to get one in the end zone. But Wilder doesn't want to see him do that, and they're going to do everything they can to prevent that. A little 1st and 10. And the ball is down, and Wilder's going to get this one.
Fumble on the play.
I don't know what that was that dropped it. Was that Wood? It looks like it was Wood. So Wilder comes up with a turnover. Could have used that earlier in the game, but they'll take it now. Under 2 minutes to play here. That ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Wilder.
26.
Again, stay tuned after the game. We'll announce the IdahoSports.com player of the game. Won't want to miss that. Wilder with a run. I think decided to let it go. I think maybe he could have called a face mask, but they let it go. Neary takes the handoff to the left side and picks up about 3. 1:20 on the clock. 2nd and 6. Time Miramontes takes it up the middle. He didn't. I don't think he picked up anything there. He just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down for the Wildcats.
We've seen Wilder with a couple of big plays tonight. It'd be nice to see a nice big run here and get some yards and see if we can get one score before the end of the game here.
Yeah, nobody wants to go out with being shut out, and they would love nothing more to punch this one in. This might be the last play of the game. We're under 30 seconds to go, and barring how long they take to snap it and how long the next one goes, that might do it for tonight. And Neary, once again, just wrapped up almost immediately, and we are at 15 seconds to go.
Fights through for a gain of about 1.
Wilder showed us a lot of good. We know that they can run the ball well. We know that they've got the defense to be able to force turnovers. We saw a couple, and they're going to run out here and get one more in as the clock is almost to 0, and they snap it just before, and looks like Neary will take it again, and he will not pick up much, and that'll do it. So Carey wraps up this one in dominant fashion, winning 54-0 over Wilder. We'll take a quick break and step away, but we'll be back for the IdahoSports.com player of the game, so don't go anywhere.
We appreciate having you. Have a safe trip home.
Banking. Maybe you enjoy the person-to-person attention you get going to your bank. Maybe you enjoy the convenience of banking from home sweet home. Or maybe you like the flexibility of paying your bills, applying for a loan, or talking to your personal banking person from wherever fits your fancy. Then definitely, you should bank at Mountain West Bank. Member FDIC. The easy, convenient, any way you want to bank.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. And I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Welcome back to Wilder, everybody. As Wilder falls to Carey in this one, 54-0 in favor of the Panthers. One thing left to do is announce our IdahoSports.com player of the game. And that one today is going to go to number 26, Colton Larna.
There were a couple players that could have probably gotten this shout out tonight, but Colton Larna with a couple of really good long runs early in the game to kind of set the tone. He had a touchdown run of 25 yards, a run of 65, and another run of about 63 yards for touchdowns, and really set the tone, I think, for the rest of the game going forward.
And like you said, 3 long touchdown runs for Colton Larna that really put the game out of reach, and they were really nice runs, too, where he might have not had any room on one side, cuts it back, and kind of just went up the middle untouched. So congratulations to Colton Larna, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. So that'll do it from here at Wilder High School. This has been an IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of Treasure Valley Game Night, presented by Mountain West Bank. Our major sponsors that made this coverage on IdahoSports.com possible include your local Toyota dealer, Toyota, Let's Go Places, Valleywide Co-op and Country Store, Project Filter, Stop Smoking, Start Living, as well as Vaccinate Idaho. We'd also like to thank our local advertisers tonight. We can't do it without your support. Of course, Madison's Country Store here in Wilder, as well as Wood River Welding, Valley Tile and Floor, Dusty's Electric, Snow Bunny Drive-In, as well as M&J Motors in Carey. Congratulations again to Colton Larna, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Thanks for joining us as Carey defeats Wilder 54-0. For my broadcast partner, Dan Perry, and everyone else here behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com, I'm Logan Green, and we will see you next week.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.